Hello everyone. This is going to be a short one, so bear with me. Let me do this. Yeah. Okay. What I want to discuss today is what happened yesterday and the layout the roadmap for the upcoming week, and what we think is going to happen, and what we think is going to happen after the events on Thursday and Friday, meaning CPI and PPI. Let's start with the dollar and outline what we think currently is happening in the market through the lens of the dollar. On Friday, during the NFP print and subsequent ISM services report, we created this range of uncertainty. And we will remain, most likely, because we don't have any major economic news releases up to Thursday, meaning today and tomorrow there should not be any significant movements outside of this range. Therefore, I have to be very cautious with making big decisions before Thursday before the Wednesday close. We rather way, if you want to play the CPI, meaning if you want to play the event, the best way during the times of economic uncertainty and when you don't know what the number is going to be is to play the trade range, is to play the probable boundaries, meaning if before the event we are coming in at the lower boundaries of the range, just like this, we're coming in right here, we're testing the low end of the risk range. From the risk-reward perspective, it makes much more sense to bet on the upside from here, because if CPI comes in line, well, we're just going to rebalance back, and it will be a normal mean reversionary move back into the range. If it comes higher than expected, then the move higher will be much more significant than if CPI were to come in lower than expected, and the move would be lower. Right, so you have this built-in asymmetry. There are different times and different regimes in which you don't want to be fading these events, the data prints, like we saw if we open up the SPY, for example, like we saw right here. This is the FOMC event, like we saw right here, the CPI event. You don't want to be fading those because, well, the whole model points to the change right here and right here to the continuous trending movement upwards. As of now, the whole model points to consolidationary signal across all of the major names that we look at. So this is our idea. We're not going to be making any huge decisions, neither in rate space, neither in currency space, but there are some adjustments that has to be made regarding the equity, and we will talk about the equity just in a moment. This Asian session, we had a Japanese CPI print. It came in line, and well, nothing happened. Nothing happened during Asian session. One thing that we are currently long of, that we put on the position, half of the position, is USDCNH. First of all, we cannot ignore this signal that we're currently having. This is a very serious sign of weakness from USDCNH. We just flipped into the positive trend territory, and this is serious. Just to sum up, this is not the critical inflection point that we highlighted as it happened right here. Now I'm going to change the color. It's not this, and it's not this. We are unlikely to get these types of movements, because this is more of a, once again, consolidationary signal. Everything in macro right now points to some sort of consolidation, even on a trending basis, because this was the latest trend support that we broke. This was the latest key weekly level. We broke it, we came in, and we broke it to the upside. So essentially now we have, this was your key weekly level, and we just created another key weekly level, and this points to the consolidation. It's not a higher low, it's rather a consolidationary signal, a lower low. So that's it. That's one of the main points I want to make on this, on the USDCNH. The range is wide, though. I would not be surprised if we even came in and retest 724, 725, somewhere in that region. This can happen if, that is, CPI in the US comes in higher than expected, and we do price out some of those cuts from March, let's say. Then there is a good chance, yes, the USDCNH will pop up higher. And the thing that keeps USDCNH so weak, so incredibly weak, is the state of the economy and that transition from the industrial powerhouse of the world to, well, they're trying to transition into the more service-based economy, but this is almost impossible to do orderly. The weakness in HSI and the weakness in the stock markets. This is the weakest indices in the whole world right now. And I don't know. Once again, I've expressed my concerns. We don't have any trades. We're not short anything, but at some point there will be a culmination. There will be a culmination. Whether this be going to be an economic culmination, meaning what can they do? They can, if they see too much pain coming in on the economic side. If, let's say, HSI starts printing -5, -10, -15 a day, well, definitely, what they're going to do is they're going to devalue the currency, and we're going to see a very, very significant move in the USDCNH higher. This will absolutely destroy all of the plans of the CCP, because, well, they've been lending their Chinese yuan. They've been trying to create this picture of possibly de-dollarizing, helping the world to de-dollarize and create the alternative. And, well, at the time of this weakness, it just completely destroys this idea. So this one of the things that can happen if these conditions of weakness continue to persist. The other thing is geopolitical tensions. You just create more and more geopolitical tensions through, maybe not necessarily directly, let's say through invading Taiwan, but through your proxies, like Russia, for example, because, well, like it or not, it's more of a proxy of the China at this point. Not only in the local regions for Russia, but in the context of a global world, global geopolitical arena, like Iran, for example. So this might be a reason. And we've said this, I explored this idea a couple of times, that they, meaning Chinese, can be causing significant problems indirectly, let's say in the Strait of Hormuz, in the Strait of, what is happening currently in the Red Sea. I have no idea, I have no clue whether it's Chinese or what is going on there. I have no insight into that. I do not pretend that I know something about all of this, but I know that it is in Chinese interest, and if they will continue to experience this pain, and they don't want to devalue yuan significantly, meaning up to 8-9 9 yuan for the dollar, this will be a massive significant move, and maybe they don't want to experience this pain themselves, and they want to share it with the world. How they can do this? They can jack up the oil prices. They have the SPR fully topped out. They are in a nice position from the energy independence currently in the short term, okay? But if they cause some sort of major oil spike happens, and we're getting a major surge in inflation again, once again, I pointed to the same fact that this will completely wreak havoc onto the sovereign debt markets of the West. And, well, then the dollar will experience the same amount of pain that the yuan. Well, that's a completely different ballgame, and I'm getting out of line right here. But this is worrisome. I don't see any trade. Unfortunately, I'm so bad at trading Chinese equities that I have no idea what to do right here. And I don't want to go in there. That's it. But this is definitely something to monitor. We are much better at trading USDCNH and Chinese equities, and this is what we have. This is the signal that we have. The idea being that USDCNH is so weak that if inflation, even if you think that is an unlikely scenario, if inflation surprises to the upside, or the print itself in the US isn't dovish enough, USD/CNH is going back up to 7.2, going back up to 7.23, 7.27, easy. That will be easy. And by the way, what we did yesterday, once again, if you remember, I've just outlined our thoughts on the dollar and what we think is happening there, and the fact that we've seen this, well, what we've seen in equities was quite surprising, but what we've seen in the dollar is we've just, for some reason, we had this, well, all of this I consider as noise, essentially. Just before the event, all of this is preparation, and it's nothing of importance can be gained from this price action. But these are your levels, these are your boundaries of this probable range, and we just, within those boundaries, we've fallen off a cliff in the dollar, and we've received these retracements in Asian currencies and every single other currency. But right now, and we bought on this retracement somewhere in 717, in that region. And we are planning on adding right now into this position. And we will do so after I finish recording this video. With the stop below 715, this is your creation, this is the low of the current week. And if the event comes in higher than expected, this is how you want to play. If you want to play currencies and play this event through currencies, I wouldn't be playing Euro USD. I wouldn't even be playing USD JPY, honestly. Even though, well, there might be some interesting signal in USD JPY, but we don't see it. We have to wait for the Wednesday close. Right now, the most obvious thing is USD CNH. The carry is okay. Well, it's a short-term trade anyway, so the carry doesn't matter much. USD CNH, this is what we want to point out, and this is. If you have longs, this equity longs, this nicely balances out those longs so well, because it's essentially you're playing the other side of the event. That's USD CNH. This is one of the points that I wanted to make. We posted about the BTC. That's fine. If we are getting this tomorrow, if we are officially getting this spot ETF, that's brilliant. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've been in BTC for a long time, since essentially before we even broke the 30,000. And well, you can look at the history of the signal. But fractally, on a trending basis, we coming against this tail resistance. Let's open up the futures better. We're coming against this tail resistance. And with this setup that we just currently created, and with these news, there is a great chance that we break into the 58,000 on the BTC. But after that initial shock, after this positive shock, if we are getting any problems in equity space, any problems in currency space, anything negative from the macro perspective, this will weigh very heavily on Bitcoin, because right now it's being supported by this positive event premium that we are seeing. And after it happens, let's say we're getting this massive move back into 58, 60,000, there is a great probability that we're just gonna absolutely fall from the sky back into 41, 39, 35,000. You have to be just prepared for this. We utilize the systematic signal. I don't care, honestly, what happens with Bitcoin. I know and I believe and trust my signal that it will pick up on any meaningful changes, and we will exit, preferably for us, in a very good spot. This is what we do. It essentially doesn't matter what I think. It's just the only thing that matters is the signal and what it says. This is the situation currently in BTC. Brilliant stuff. Let's see what happens there. And BTC, by the way, is much stronger than anything else, than any altcoins. If in some way you want to play BTC to the short side, the best way to do this is through coin, is through MSTR, is through equity exposures. Because they already are much more weaker on a relative basis to Bitcoin, and this event looks like fully touches only the Bitcoin itself, and not going to have much of an impact on the related equities and altcoins as well. So if you think of shorting something in cryptocurrency space, do not short Bitcoin itself, short anything but Bitcoin. Let's put it this way. This is the situation currently. once again, we shall see. We shall see what happens. But all of the price action should be just a preparation for what happens on Thursday and Wednesday. And I have a feeling that's going to be very fun. USDJPY, yes. And the other thing I wanted to highlight is, rates. Yes, rates, same as the dollar. We are in that range currently, in this range that we established on Friday. This is 2-year nothingness, complete nothingness. That's fine. We are holding the so far September SOFR futures. We're holding the short. Our entry is at 95.80, somewhere in that region, and we're just holding it. We have a pretty big equity exposure, and this has to be. And we cannot go naked into that event. That is okay. Now equities. That is very interesting things happening currently. What I wrote on Friday and what I wrote on Monday is HYG, JNK, LQD all point to the creation of a lower high on a trading basis. Lean short equities regardless of the CPI print. The stocks implying hard lower high on a trading basis. Now I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. HYG, JNK, HYG and JK. This is a prime signal of a consolidation, meaning that this move that was initiated yesterday, it is very, very unlikely that this move takes us back into the previous cycle highs and we continue forward from here. This is not the type of movement that the signal points to. Most likely, what will happen is a creation of a lower high right here in that region and continuation lower. Maybe already from here, continuation lower. Whether this is going to happen tomorrow or today, whether this is going to happen after the CPI, after the PPI, we do not know that. We have to, once again, every major decision for this week is going to be made just before the Wednesday close. But this is the highest probability setup currently. This prolonged consolidation, not the breakout and continuation higher. This is the situation. Yes, we had this incredible pop in equities higher. It was brilliant. Just on that day, by the way, not every single equity did that. But the longs that we have, especially the AI longs, NVIDIA, look at how it even opens today. Unbelievable. NVIDIA, AMD, and Marvel. These are the names that we are holding, and as you can see, these are the names that are breaking out into the cyclical highs and breaking or even their all-time highs. And even if we are getting what I'm pointing out currently, if this is not a continuation of this move, but rather a consolidation right here and move lower from here, even lower down to 4,600. What we should see on NVIDIA and everything else is more or less consolidation once again within the probable boundaries of the range, meaning that if everything else is implying lower high and this type of consolidation after this huge move, these guys implying this type of consolidation and continuation higher from here. This is the idea. This is what we've been calling for. So we're still holding these longs, still holding those names, still holding them. We're going to be holding them through the CPI report. But we have to be aware and cognizant that this is, worrisome developments. We wasn't expecting this huge of a pop-up, honestly, but it did happen. That is fine. Now we have to deal with it. We've been on the right side of the market yesterday. Now let's see what will happen after this. I just wrote this on Friday and Monday that we are pointing to the creation of a lower high, and even this move does not change anything. It doesn't change anything. We gotta go lower. We gotta revisit this low again. And today, price action. You see how we are almost engulfing this candle, and we cannot find a support right now. Very weak base. This points to the fact that, well, maybe it's not so strong. Maybe it's not so strong. Or maybe I'm just stupid. We shall see. We'll see. Well, our job is to balance the book correctly within the probable ranges, and we will do that. Yeah, this is what I wanted to outline. So we have pretty major exposure in Nvidia, Lilly. We shall see whether we're going to be booking some gains on them before the CPI. But once again, this will be made on Wednesday. And we will make a decision whether we're going to put on more shorts going into the CPI once again before the close on Wednesday. And how we're going to play this is we're probably going to put on the AI short basket the names that we took as these ones. Maybe we're going to put on these shorts, maybe 3%, 4% of the total account of NAV into those shorts. Yeah, once again, just look at this. This is not good. This is really not good. And this grind lower from HSI that has been continuing since this pop-up higher. Once we're reaching this low, this will be, well, the ultimate tell. After reaching this low, there is a great probability that if this weakness continues, we're just gonna fall off a cliff from here. And well, if that happens, I don't know how you can justify. I mean, I just don't know what will happen. UZCNH, we've already reached it right here on the China, mainland China indices. This is bad. This is bad. I mean, this is really bad. This is not Mexico, or this is not a Philippines. This is China. This is a very significant signal. Oh yeah, don't forget to add to the USDCNH long. Well, I'm talking too much. I just gotta go in and buy more. That's fine. That's all I wanted to say. Very, very important. Not much of a decision. Well, not a lot of decisions to be made right now. Just wait for the preparation. Oh, no, Apple. I wanted to discuss Apple and BRKB. Apple popped up very, very nicely. But once again, if we are correct on our assessment that SPX has a high probability of creating a lower high on trading basis, this guy is going back to 178, 176, 175. And, well, we still have shorts on right now. And we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait and see. And maybe we will add to those shorts even more. And that's the idea. Just trying to shift the break even higher right now. Against this, we have a BRKB short put, and what can I say except you're welcome. Just holding it. This is not a big name. This is a very low vol, low beta name. No, not low, just low vol name. Big cap, low vol. It doesn't move much. That's why we didn't buy outright calls. We just shorted puts on it. And we are completely fine as long as it remains, as long as it holds the trend and remains above 360. That is fine. That's all right. That's it. That is short update. How we're thinking about today. How we're thinking about tomorrow. So far, be very, very cautious, and most of the decisions will have to be made on Thursday or Wednesday close.